Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. It is Monday, and you know we come out Monday hot. We got Greg Dickerson that's at 8. At 9 o'clock, we got Rylas Dana, an estate attorney. How you doing, sir?
Hi, doing great. Happy to be here.
Thank you, buddy. Hey, something I've been working on the last year is my second book. My second book is going to be a collection of 15 conversations with self-made multimillionaires. And as I get to the end of writing that book, we're actually getting it edited right now. Something has struck me, Rylas. And I wanted to come to you at this because what I think an estate attorney does, simply stating, is you really deal with people at the beginning of the journey. You make some tweaks along, but you really also deal with them at the end. And what I'm noticing is I sort of have 5 traits that go across all 15 individuals in this book. So I was hoping I could share those traits with you. And I think one is really missing in society today. So is that something we could do?
Yeah, sounds fun. I feel like my profession really gives me an inside look into a lot of families. So that's something that I really enjoy about what I do. So yeah, sounds like a fun topic.
Excellent. You know what I'm going to do? I was going to do this 1 through 5. Number 1 is the one I think is missing. So I'm actually going to go backwards and see if I could do them from memory. So number 5 is grit. And what I mean by grit is any journey of any length, which financial freedom is a journey, entrepreneurship is a journey, investing is a journey. You're going to have ups and downs. And it's the people that truly have grit that sort of smile and get through it, deal with the bad days and move on, while people that don't have grit sort of get lost in the problem. So what do you think about grit being one of the 5 traits?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just grit, push through, bad circumstances, the kind of the make or break situations that break a lot of people.
Yeah.
They, find a way to turn it into a positive, or just live to tell
the story, right?
At least.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, you probably have clients, and again, don't name anyone, obviously, but I'm sure you have clients who have gone bankrupt, who have had spectacular failures, and they kind of dust it off, pick themselves up, move on, and then have amazing success, right? Everybody doesn't come out the box and hit a grand slam or score a touchdown or whatever your analogy is. Some of us got to take some wounds pretty early, and it's the folks that get up that, often tell a great story.
Yeah, definitely seen it from all perspectives, and people that are high flying at one moment, and then a quick moment later are have a much different scenario in life. So
yeah,
definitely seen that, how things can shift really quick.
Yeah. All right, so that's one, or that's number 5. Number 4 for me is something I teach in my course, and you probably heard me say it 100, if not 1,000 times, and that is consistency. Right. I talk about daily disciplines, right? For me, building a real estate portfolio was my side hustle, right? I busted my butt during the day. I found 10 to 20 minutes a day to keep looking and buying and growing and all of these things. So again, a trait that may be a superpower for me is consistency, right? I hate the analogy, but I don't have a better one. It's like a diet, right? Or gaining muscle or getting healthier. You don't do it one day a week or one day a month. It takes consistency to see that effort rewarded. So do you see that in your clients as well? Consistency?
Yeah, 100%. I would say this channel is a great example of that. For reals, I feel like I found this, looking for more consistency in my life.
Oh, that's great.
And, it's nice to have a place to get the news every morning, at least, just some good, unbiased financial news. And, just part of daily discipline and consistency. How many good things can you fit into your routine consistently will make a difference.
Yeah, and I got this again. I give full credit to a conversation I listened in on Gary Vee and Nipsey Hussle about daily disciplines. They were talking about music at the time, but that's where the daily financial news came from, and that's why I've done it every day for more than 2 years. Birthdays, Mother's Days, Christmas, all of them. Every day you can count on it at 7 or 7:30. So big deal. Number 3 for me is focus, right? Too many people, especially in real estate, they're excited. I can almost see them, like they vibrate, Rylas. They just vibrate. But when you look at your clients who have really built something, my impression, at least with the people in my next book, they all focused on one thing in the beginning. And sure, they have an impressive list of multiple income streams now, but they were all bought or earned, and mine included, by being focused for a long time. Is that something you've seen as well?
Yeah. Focused on a niche area, something that works, and just working the system, right? Consistency, and once you find something that works, just sticking with it.
Yeah, when you really focus, you almost get an unfair advantage, especially if you're in a real estate business where the market's inefficient, right? This isn't stock or crypto that's traded every second of every day or whatnot. But yeah, if you can focus and, network and all of that. So yeah, it's a big one. So number 2, it's an uncomfortable word. People don't like it, but it's sacrifice. Especially if you want financial freedom, you have to sacrifice things, right? I call them wants versus needs, right? Take care of the needs, ignore the wants. You could think of it as time, right? I'm asking for consistency. 20 minutes a day means it has to come from somewhere. Nobody can stretch the day. And then money, right? You are going to be, living on less going forward, right? I was living on 100% of my income and ratcheted that down ultimately to 50%. But that's uncomfortable for folks. Not a lot of people want to sacrifice. They like to talk about financial freedom and getting rich, but they're not willing to sacrifice. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, you really can't get there, in my opinion.
Yeah, the first one that jumps out to me is time, is what I thought of. Maybe that's just, as an attorney, kind of the old joke. I do flat fees as an attorney. I actually don't bill by the hour all the time, but time is so important. Like schedule, like what do you want controlling your life, and what is important to you? Do you want to be I don't know, you want to have all these other relationships, or all these social activities, and do you want those things in your life, or do you want to have time to work or do other things?
Yeah, the other thing I'm thinking about is I occasionally see biographies and whatnot. They talk about a balanced life and all those things. And it's like, well, if you want it, you're not going to be very balanced, at least for a time, because you got to go after it. Time, money, sacrifice, wants, needs, all of that. So now the first one. This is the me. I think lots of people talk about sacrifice. Lots of people talk about focus, consistency, and grit. But really, as I'm finishing up this second book, what I'm noticing, especially on my YouTube channel, is too many of us have lost hope. Because if you're on a journey of financial freedom, you want a better life, you want to exercise, you want anything that's better in the future, you have to have hope that what you're doing now pays dividends in the future. And it seems like a lot of people around the world have lost hope. That has been an unfortunate byproduct of what's gone on the last 2 years, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but there seems to be a lot of people that just feel like the system is rigged. I can't do anything. Why bother? We seem to be missing hope, man. What happened?
Yeah, I think part of it is media sells negativity, right?
That's
the negative titles get more clicks, and all of that. So this hope is out there, right? But it's I don't know, you got to look for it a little more. I think it's not the automatic one, or it's not our default wiring either, right? It's always something hard happens. It's like, oh man, you look to the bad instead of looking for opportunities and the positive.
Yeah, I think I've heard it before, called pleasure or pain, right? Both pleasure and pain can warrant a response. Pain is just more immediate, right? We run from. So maybe it is wired in our DNA. But I got to tell you, folks, of the 15 people going into my next book, all of them had hope. All of them saw it, almost had unbelievable confidence in the future being better. Thus, they were willing to sacrifice and jump in with both feet. And I'm sure when you look at your clients, Rylas, at the end, right, when they're really sort of looking at their life, all of them had hope to do that.
Yeah. Just kind of a funny story along those lines. Just as you get older, it's hard to know like when you can't do things.
Yeah.
Right. So I had a client, he hurt his neck, and his wife's like, tell him how you did it. And he's like, a jackhammer. He's 68, and she's like, you shouldn't be doing that at 68. You shouldn't be running a jackhammer. And it's like, what is the age? And
where's the cutoff?
She's like, I gotta watch this guy because he'll be out with his chainsaw like in a tree. It's like, yeah, you should probably give, some of those things up.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah, let's move that over. That is funny.
so,
Yeah.
but I guess kind of into hope, right? Like you can always like have an excitement of wanting to accomplish things, and I guess just that positive attitude and everything.
Yeah, for me, hope keeps you going, right? Hope gets you started and hope keeps you going, because again, the journey to financial freedom, as we've talked about, twists and turns, lots of bad days. But if you don't really have hope, it's so easy to stop. It's also so easy not to start. And that's what I see a lot today. When you lose hope, you don't even bother starting. It's like, it's another day. It's Monday. I guess I'll go to work. I guess I'll watch Netflix. You don't do anything because you don't see a return. You've given up, and that's unfortunate. So, so much so, I actually have a video that just came out at 9 o'clock talking about this. So thank you for letting me review this with you. If somebody has some estate needs in California or Arizona, how do you want them to reach out?
So my website's the best way. That's danalegalhelp.com. You can reach out there. Yeah, we can help you. Arizona, California, estate planning, probate.
Very cool. Stay tuned for episode number 2, folks. We're going to talk about end of year planning, which is like right around the corner. It's hard to believe. So Rylas, thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you.